Hello and Happy New Year from the Sun Prairie Public Library. I am Svetha, the Library Director of the Sun Prairie Public Library, and welcome to our first Books and Cooks of the year. I'm very excited to share this book with you today. It's called Mamacita, Recipes Celebrating Life as a Mexican Immigrant in America by Andrea Pons. Like the subtitle says, it really is a celebration of the Mexican immigrant experience. And the author, Andrea Pons, shares how she found and continues to find comfort and solace and purpose in her kitchen, despite of, and maybe even because of, some of the challenges and obstacles she has faced as a Mexican immigrant, an undocumented immigrant, and just that journey and how the kitchen really brings her home and brings her comfort. She shares the flavors of her childhood and shares how those flavors really allow her to embrace her whole self. And it's through the kitchen where she feels like she really can come to her own and really heal herself. So it's more than just eating, it's like nourishment that's from the inside out. And I really loved that about the book. It starts with a really honest introduction of who she is, who her family is, because throughout it all you get a real sense of her connection to her family, and there's photos of her family and mementos and their journey from Mexico to Washington State and what that felt like as their family experienced life together. And life, as you know, has many happy moments, but also many challenges, and her family had those as well. There's a lot of photos of the food, and I really appreciate that. I really love reading recipes with photos because, like everything with cooking, you kind of first see food before you even taste it. And so I think you can tell just by looking sometimes how delicious something is going to be. Almost every recipe has a photo included in it, and every recipe looks delicious. And the book itself is divided into 8 different sections. There's a section for salads, there's one for salsa, soups, rice dishes, appetizers, meat, which includes pork, beef, and chicken, fish, and dessert. Andrea Pons says there is no section for tacos, which she says can surprise people that are looking at a Mexican cookbook. And the reason that she doesn't have a section for tacos is because her philosophy is that literally anything can be made into a taco and there's no judgment. What I made for Books and Cooks is Sopa Azteca. And the reason I chose that recipe was because this book was a featured review in Library Journal, and Library Journal is a professional journal that librarians use in our collection development. They shared the recipe for the Sopa Azteca, so I thought, well, I should create the recipe that was featured in Library Journal. And I'm so glad I did. Sopa Azteca, it was the first time that I had made it, the first time I had ever tasted Sopa Azteca, and it's delicious. It's so comforting and nourishing, and it's really a meal, a complete meal. It's a tomato brothy, spicy chicken soup, fairly simple to make. You know, if you have a blender, you're good to go. And then you can make it your own because there are toppings that you put onto the soup. So queso fresco, avocado, eggs, hard-boiled eggs that you chop up, and tortilla strips, which you fry in avocado oil. And it was actually the first time that I had used avocado oil for frying, so I really was happy to try something new. And it was just delicious and a perfect January meal. So I hope you get to find Mamacita on our shelves and check it out, and feel free to let me know if you check it out and what you made. Love to know. Thank you.